Hello everybody, my name is Python and welcome back to another episode here of Minecraft Survival from Python's World. To say that I've been a busy bee since the last episode is understatement of the century. I now have my final batch of villagers and I'm kind of in that stage where I'm just cycling trades until I get the ones that I'm still looking for. So, in this case, we've got ourselves a little bit of looting 3, and in the minecart over here, we've got ourselves a bit of fire protection 4. We are very, very rapidly dwindling down the amount of enchanted book trades we still need, but as a result, it means that the amount of time needed to get the remaining enchanted book trades is going up and up and up. So just to remind you folks, there are currently 37 top tier enchanted book trades that exist in Minecraft Java Edition, and including the 2 villagers that are yet to be moved in here, I actually now have 31. I am more than 3/4 of the way there, my friends. To be exact, the trades I still need are Feather Falling 4, Frostwalker 2, Impaling 5, Power 5, Sharpness 5, and Thorns 3. So, let's get this fire protection guy inside of his pen. Nice and easy, because it's literally just there. Now, we pop in, we do a little bit of F3B to bring up the hitboxes, and then we slap the minecart so we can get it back. Now then, have you noticed a little bit of a something different about the background soundtrack, eh? Well, for any of you folks who don't know, in the latest snapshot 25W20A, they have finally added a feature that I have wanted in this game since I first started playing this game 14.5 years ago. If you go into your music and sounds setting and go down the bottom, you can now change the frequency in which the background music plays. So in my case, I like to have constant soundtracks, so that's what I'm going to do. And hey, this actually saves me a little bit of time in editing, because now I no longer need to edit in some background soundtrack. So yeah, a very, very good addition to the game indeed, my friends. Right, now we need to find where the looting area is. We've got L here. Loyalty. What's this one? Unbreaking. Ah, looting must be down below then. Must be one of the final ones down bottom here. Yes, it is. It's right here, in fact. I feel like for so many years now, I have just completely missed out on listening to Minecraft's soundtrack in-game. I mean, for example, I have no clue what this background soundtrack even is that's playing right now. Oh, I have missed a crucial element of this game for upwards of a decade now, my friends. And yeah, it just feels weird. And good. It feels good to be able to hear this soundtrack again. But it feels weird because I've not been able to do so for such a long amount of time. I won't lie, there is a part of me that kind of wants to say, you know, sod it. Let's just go ahead and get the entire... Oh, geez. Oh, that could have been quite bad. To lose a looting 3 villager, that would have been like a stab in the heart. But yeah, there's a part of me that just wants to say, sod it, let's go ahead and just get all the remaining villagers taken care of right now. But like I said earlier, the amount of time it's taking to get some of the remaining enchanted book trades, it's getting longer and longer. So I imagine we could still be cycling trades for multiple hours, yeah. So I'm more tempted at this point to maybe do 2 librarian villagers per episode. Only, you know, I know we've been working on Project Pokemon Librarian Edition for the last few episodes in a row. I imagine some of you folks might be tired of seeing me do this stuff. So yeah, 2 villagers per episode, and that will give us time to do some other fun stuff in each episode as well. For now though, let's go and check out what trades these guys actually have. So close, yet so far. It needs to be for 1 emerald there, buddy. It can happen because I've had it happen before. We just got unlucky. So then, what to do in today's episode? I got a bit of an idea, and actually, it's not my idea, it's your folks' idea. It came from one of the previous comments of the day, and it was something to the tune of, you should replace the interior of the entrance towers with sheep shearing farms. And you know what? that is exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do today. Believe it or not, in a creative test world, I have been able to squeeze 4 automatic sheep shearing farms into each of these towers. There's 16 colors of wool in this game, so to have 4 sheep shearing farms in each of the towers would work absolutely perfectly. What I need to do first, though, is I need to get myself 16 sheep. And I think the easiest thing to do would probably be to get a little bit of a temporary pen set up out here. The good news is, of course, we already have a bit of a sheep pen. I just need to lure a bunch of those dudes over here and then breed them up. Oh, what the heck? I don't remember looking at you. Oh, come on, man. Get out of here. Come on, give me that grass block. Give me. Thank you very much. Oh, hey, random side note. I've just realized that the enchantment glint is finally back. This snapshot has fixed that little bug. Amazing. So I am now a bling blang Python again. Hello, warm chicken. How you doing today, buddy? You have been up there for some time, eh? This has become your home tree. Time to get some fences and fence gates on the go. Grab out some of this wheat. And now, my friends, it's time to try and get some sheep out here. I mean, if I'm being honest, the easiest way for me to do this is probably just to break this open. So that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and do. Come on, you lot, figure it out. Figure out a way through the space there. Yeah, must I do everything? All right, let's break this open. There we are. Right, there we are. 3 sheep left behind. And now we bring all this lot over to the new area. There we go. Right, we have these guys inside of a pen. I just need to be able to get out. I'm going to put some torches down as well. And then I'm going to get right to work on breeding these guys up. Right, get some wheat. And let's do this thing. Time for a little bit of breedy. Alright, very good. So, our next goal is to try and grab all of the resources necessary to be able to make these auto sheep shearing farms. The thing that we're going to be needing in the most plentiful amount is probably hoppers. I really hope I've got enough iron. Ooh, yikes. I don't know that we have enough iron here. Turns out I had 8 hoppers laying around in one of the chests. But in terms of all the rest of them that we need, which is going to be quite a lot of them, yeah, I don't think this is going to cut the mustard. In terms of crafting the dispensers, it's a good thing I have a double skeleton farm, isn't it? Because I've been gathering up a ton of bows during the time I've been using that place. Aw, yeah, look at them all. For any of you folks who don't know how to very quickly make dispensers, you go ahead, click on the recipe, make it, press the space bar, and it brings it back up. Yeah, super useful that is. Now for a bunch of observers, once again, 16 are needed. And now what we need, and there is method to my madness here, we need ourselves some warped vines. So here we are, this is what I'm needing, the twisting vines. Oh, that's what they're called, not warped vines. Yeah, okay, I definitely don't have enough iron, even more so because I've just remembered that I need iron for minecarts and minecart hoppers, and indeed rails. Aha! So I'm going to need to grab myself my fortune pickaxe out, and we need to head down to the giant iron vein. So here we are at the old Wither Arena, which actually wound up not becoming very big at all. Alright, so let's go ahead and start chopping up some iron here, shall we? Ooh, iron resource block. Do you mind if I do? Alrighty, having gone crazy on this iron vein for a little bit, I've got just under 4 stacks now, but if I was to convert this into normal iron, then it would become 4 stacks. There we have it. Mini auto smelter has been set up. So, what we now need to do is remove the interiors of these here towers. That should be relatively straightforward. And then we can make a start on some sheep shearing farms. I'm pretty excited for this, actually. Alrighty, folks, welcome to my build/test world. This is where I came up with the design for our 4 sheep shearing farms inside of each of our towers. And this is where the twisting vines come into play. These will be what we use to get up and down to and from the top of the towers. So then, if we were to say that this is the entrance into the tower, weirdly, the sheep shearing farms are actually towards the back. And as you can see down the bottom, we've got ourselves a bunch of storage. The chests, of course, are where the output goes. And then, because we have ourselves 4 colors of wool, we can quite easily separate the 4 colors into these 4 barrels. So yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of this. I feel like I've made the most out of the small amount of space we've got going on here. But yeah, check out the amount of hoppers that are needed here. A decent amount, especially in the center. You can see a big old line going up. All right, let's see if we can't get this thing rolling, eh, folks? We're going to start off with some output chests. We're going to add some barrels to the sides. Going into either side of this output chest, we're going to have ourselves a hopper and another one. We're then going to add a couple of rails in like that. Next up, we're going to add ourselves a couple of glass blocks in, rather like this, to keep the minecart hoppers contained. Above the minecart hoppers, we're going to have ourselves a line of grass. Buddy, can you, like, get out of it? Thank you. Next up, we're going to add some observers in with the face end facing towards the grass. Then we're going to add in a couple bits of cobblestone. Upon the cobblestone is going to be a piece of redstone dust each, and then we're gonna add in our dispensers. And now we basically need to rinse and repeat the process for the top layer of farm. So this time we're gonna go from the center, 1, 2, 3, 4 hoppers up. We're then going to have ourselves a hopper going into the middle one and another hopper going into the middle one, rather like this. And then it's going to be another hopper at the back heading into this one and another one there. Now we get some more rails added. Then down goes the minecart hoppers. And then, like before, another layer of grass. And then as before, it's going to be a couple of observers going into these cobblestone blocks, which will have redstone dust on top of them, and then it's going to be dispensers, and I'm going to hope that they're already facing the correct way. Yes, they are. And now for the clever part. We add some of these here twisting vines in, and as you can see, we can now get up to the top of the tower. I mean, come on, this is a pretty smart usage of space here, isn't it? I really appreciate you folks suggesting the auto sheep shearing farm to me, because honestly, it's a fantastic idea. It really is. So then, time for the difficult part. We need to try and get some sheep in here now. And if I'm honest, that's probably going to be easier said than done. I think the easiest way to do this is probably to send them up in minecarts. Yeah, that should do the job, right? So, having bred up all the sheep, we're just going to wait for them to grow now. And while we're waiting, I figured we could be nice and productive. Let's get the other 3 sheep shearing tower farms set up and ready to have sheep placed in there. All right, folks, and we're just about there. So, all I need to do is move the sheep. Oh, this definitely isn't probably going to be a frustrating process, right? I don't know. Maybe it'll be an absolute cakewalk. Who knows? Let me just get these here vines added in. Then we get the trapdoor placed down. Now, there is one thing I have noticed regarding the trapdoor, and more specifically the hitboxes of these here twisting vines, and that is, if I was to go down and close the trapdoor behind me, while I'm in sort of the vine here, I can't get to the trapdoor, which is why what I have to do instead is plonk myself on this ledge and then just aim up, like this. It's a bit of a finicky way to open and close the trapdoors, but, you know, needs must and all that, right? Before we get on with moving the sheep, we should probably take stock of all the dyes we have currently. Not a lot, by the looks of it. We can, however, make ourselves a little bit of light blue. That's pretty cool. We can also get on with some of these here grayscale ones. Got a little bit of green on the go in the furnace. And now we can probably get on with getting a little bit of pink and a little bit of yellow with the wildflowers. The lilacs give magenta dye, and then, of course, the rose bushes give red dye. You know what? We're actually making a good amount of progress with this. So here we are with a little bit of lime green, and then it's going to be cyan, and then of course we've just got the regular green here as well. Right, we need ourselves a little bit of brown. Do we have any cocoa beans by any chance? Yes we do. So there we are. All 16 dye colors you can get in this game. Wow, I genuinely thought I would have to go for a bit of an explore in my world to try and find some of the little stragglers that I didn't have, but no, we're totally fine. Oh yeah, we've already got white and yellow sheep, so we don't need these two dyes right here. And there we are, my friends, 16 colours of wool. We should probably get rid of the duplicates just so I don't get confused, and then, yeah, it's minecart sheep time. Will these guys be able to get out if I get rid of these here corners? I don't know. Maybe I should push one right to the corner and just sort of have a bit of a look. No, they can't get out. Okay, that's actually perfect, because what that means for us is we can place down a rail like that, and then hopefully, yeah! Get a sheep in the cart with absolute ease. So then, sheep number 1, let's get you into your new home. Hopefully without too many annoyances. Come on. Come on. In you get. Yeah! Okay, brilliant. Right, now we can get rid of the rails. How are we going to do this without the sheep getting out? I don't really know. Maybe I do a little bit of this. Get myself up here. F3B to bring up the hitboxes. Oh, wow. This guy literally takes up almost the entire space. Right, we'll do a little bit of that. And hopefully the minecart should have been picked up by all of the various hoppers I've got going on. And it was! Sweet! Oh, I do love it when things work out. Alright, yellow dudes, I've already got one of you in the farm. And I've got multiple white sheep in here as well. We want to have only one of each. Because, again, I don't want to get confused. Alright, the next sheep in the lottery is going to be... Oh, it's the green one! Ah. Right. This is going to be difficult. Trying to get the sheep into the bottom areas. I mean, I guess I could just sort of send them in there. But then I'd need to try and figure out a way to pick up the minecart. Or more to the point, be able to slap the minecart so it pops off. Huh. Okay. This is going to be an interesting one. The next sheep in the lottery is going to be... It's the magenta one, I'd like to say. So, the sheep is in place. We can now get rid of the rails. And now somehow I need to figure out how the devil to get the cart back. Right, I might have an idea. If I was to place down a slab, then bring up the hitboxes, then do a little bit of boop. Yeah, that might do the job. But now I have to somehow get this log placed back in super speed times. Boom. Oh, I did it. Oh, thank goodness for that. And the final sheep for this first tower is going to be ... Who's it gonna be? It's the orange one. Alright, let's get you in your home. Alright, you know what I've just realised? I didn't put any shears in the bleeding dispensers. And now, once again, I don't have enough iron because I used them all on the hoppers and minecarts. No! Oh, come on, man. I need another 11 iron ingots, and then I can make the 16 pairs of shears I need. Oh, wait, hang on. There's 3 in here. What about in here? Any more? Oh, I do have enough. Only just, but it's still enough. So now, can I access these things nice and easy like? Yep, there's 1 dispenser. There's 2. Maybe if I get myself up on the ledge up here. There we are. All 4 pairs of shears have been added, and now this thing should be fully operational. If you can't tell, I am pretty darn hyped to have these sheep shearing towers done. It is such a cool use of space, isn't it? It really is. All right, my friends, I am very, very happy to say that all 16 sheep are now in their new homes. Yeah. Well, it wasn't as much of a pain in the butt as I thought it would be. In terms of getting the sheep into the middle towers, yeah, it kind of was. I had to go ahead and get rid, temporarily, of some of the bridges so I could get the sheep inside of the towers. But anyways, we're just about there. So let's tidy up and let's have a well-deserved snooze. So here we are. Blue, purple, light blue, and pink are in this tower. In the left center tower, we've got ourselves a little bit of brown, a little bit of red, and a little bit of green. There is a 4th sheep in there, but clearly it's not been sheared just yet. So yeah, we'll have to wait for that. In here, we've got ourselves a little bit of grey, black, white, and light grey. That was completely accidental, by the way, having all of the grayscale sheep in one tower. Am I the only one who finds that super satisfying? And then, in the first tower, we populated a little bit of magenta, yellow, orange, and lime. So before we wrap up today's episode, I want to do maybe just a little bit of trade cycling. Maybe we can see if we can't get ourselves another trade that we need. I know I said I'd only do 2 per episode, but, you know, I've got a little bit of time spare at the end of the episode here, so why not? Oh, wow, power 5, there it is. But I know for a fact you can get that for 1 emerald, and that's what I'm looking for. I still can't believe that we are only 6 trades from having Project Pokemon Librarian Edition completed for the very, very first time. Honestly, I'm going to feel absolutely amazing once we have completed this. And the reason why I'm going to feel super good about finishing this thing is because then I would have proved to myself that I actually do have the patience and determination to finish larger scale projects in Minecraft. A lot of the time, I'll start things and then I'll get like bored halfway through the project and then I'll probably just not get back to it. But no, here we are. Actually on the cusp of success with a larger scale project. It's gonna feel so good. It really, really... Oh! Power 5! That's one! That's one of them! Oh my gosh, and we got it on camera as well. Fantastic! Oh, we gotta lock that in before he tries to cycle his trades there. Power 5! We got it! We have 5 trades remaining. Sharpness 5! Oh my word! Ladies and gentlemen, 4 top-tier enchanted book trades remaining for Project Pokemon Librarian Edition. Oh, we're so close! Come on then, Power Librarian, let's get you inside of your new home, shall we? There you go. I cannot believe we only have 4 villagers left to go. How many of them are still to come on this top floor? We've got thorns and ... No, that's it. There's only thorns left on this top floor. The rest of them are on the bottom floor. Dude, I can't wait to have Project Pokemon Librarian Edition actually finished for the first time ever. Ah, it's going to feel so good! For now, though, before I get too carried away and risk any kind of burnout, I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up the episode with some dono shoutouts on the comment of the day. So then, we've actually had a couple of donos come in since the last episode. We've got Jake the Boss coming in with the $9.99. Thank you very much for that, Jake. Really appreciate that. And then, we've also got Trek B9 with the whopping £25 donation since the last episode. Thank you so much for that, bud. I really appreciate that a ton. And here we are with the comment of the day. Triceratops231 says, for the 3 remaining villagers, you could have them as either farmers for the gold carrot or fletchers for the easy emeralds. In terms of gold carrots, we've already got some farmers offering gold carrots. So, yeah, fletchers. That could be a cool way to get a whole bunch of emeralds, but there is an even better way of getting mass amounts of emeralds, and that is selling iron that you get from an iron farm to smith villagers. Armor smiths, toolsmiths, weaponsmiths, all those types of dudes. They'll buy iron, and when you have the zombie villager curing discount on them, it will only take 1 iron ingot to get yourself 1 emerald. For any of you folks who have been on my channel for any decent amount of time, you'll know that way back in the day, I used to have an emerald bank with a bunch of smith villagers doing that exact thing, purchasing a bunch of iron from me. So not only would we get ourselves a crazy supply of emeralds from those dudes, we'd also get a crazy amount of XP. So yeah, instead of Fletchers, I think smith villagers could be the way to go. But at the end of the day, we do have 3 spare villagers inside of the villager breeding pen over there, so we could always breed into existence a whole load of villagers. We could have Fletchers, we could have smith villagers, we could have all sorts of dudes. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the world is our oyster. But now then, my friends, that is going to wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's episode and these sheep shearing towers, do be sure to drop a like if you haven't already. I'd very much appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ding that bell if you don't want to miss out on my future content. For now, though, thank you for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day, and I shall see you folks in the next one. Bye-bye!